Hey, this is Sam Black with a triple Mirrodin draft. This pack, I don't think Gilded Lotus, as good as it is in Cube, is great in this format. I think the real options here are Mask of Memory, Silver Mirror, Electrostatic Bolt, and Pyrite Spellbomb. Pyrite Spellbomb is good because it's versatile and you can splash it. Mask of Memory is very powerful. I don't remember for sure which of these is best. It's hard to go wrong with any of them. I guess I'm taking the Mask of Memory. And then this is between, I think this is Skeleton Shard. Though Thirst for Knowledge or Hover Guard are reasonable. This is early for a Hover Guard, but Mask of Memory pushes me in that direction. I know I like Skeleton Shard a lot, but I also know that it can just not really come up. I like Artifact Lands a lot, but I don't think this is the place for it. I'm going to go with the... This is hard. I'm going to go with Skeleton Shard and stay flexible. Here, I like Dragon Blood. I think Fate Stitcher is Spinner is fine, not great when it's not bugged. Slith is a reasonable black card. I like Nurok Familiar and See the Synod. I like pushing Affinity quite a bit. Kind of want to just take the seat. Dragon Blood is actually pretty good. This format's kind of slow. But I already have Skeleton Shard that is good when things are going slow. So I think I'm going to go with the seat. Yeah, I don't like things that cost 2 colored mana, especially this early. I don't really want to commit to the Fate Spinner. Terror doesn't kill half the creatures in any deck, but it also does kill close to half the creatures in most decks, and it kills things that are good and hard to deal with. And I want to be playing black for Skeleton Shard anyway, so I think it's the pick here. There's nothing else great. If I weren't taking Terror, it would be like Ancient Den or Necrogen Spellbomb, just something to make Affinity a little better. This is a pretty easy Terror pickup, really. So my general approach to this format is to just prioritize artifacts and then to just go into whatever color my artifact lands happen to let me cast spells of. I think I'm going to go for Vault of Whispers here. Annul is good. Nim Replica is fine. But these are just reasonable cards. Nim Replica is pretty good with Skeleton Shard. Oh right, that's what I'm probably trying to set up, is Goblin Replica with Skeleton Shard. That must be part of why I liked this card so much. But I think Nim Replica is kind of filler, and an on-color artifact land seems very good. Let's see. Moriok Scavenger is worse when I have Skeleton Shard. Wellshock Gauntlets are fine. Trolls of Tel'Gelot are very hard to beat, but very expensive and kind of a big commitment. It's going to be a little weird, but I'm just going to take this Sunbeam Spellbomb. I really like spell bombs in general, regardless of what they are. Just having a random artifact and affinity enabler that you can cycle later is pretty good. This thing is probably not where I want to be. I think I want to take Disciple of the Vault. There are a reasonable number of ways to do 1 damage to a creature that make Disciple of the Vault worse, but it's good when you're prioritizing spell bombs heavily, and just generally the format's full of artifacts. It also works well with looping an artifact creature dying with Skeleton Shard. So that's what I'm going to do here. And then I'll take Chromatic Sphere because it's like a good spell bomb. And the rest of these cards are pretty bad. And then, what is this one? At the beginning of your upkeep, it gets bigger. Oh, but that I don't think looks very good. Just take a random artifact creature or Whale the Nim. This is a fine card to have access to. It's not something you want a lot, but between this and Titanium Golem, I think it's reasonable to pick this up here. Counter for a permanent you control. It's pretty good if I have lots of sources of counters, but I'm not exactly sure where I'd be getting those. Aurak Transfixer is basically just a tapper, which is pretty good. I think I'm just going to take the Transfixer. I have no reason to believe that I'm not white. So now I'll take Soldier Replica, which is reasonably good with Skeleton Shard. And I'll take a Spell Bomb. And reverse Disciple of the Vault. These other cards aren't what I'm looking for. Wow, that's late Trolls of Tel-Jalad. I might try to find a way to be playing this card. I'm not super attached to white. So I have a weird deck right now. Don't have anything that actually cares about my artifact count, but I'm pretty good at having an early artifact count. And I don't really have a lot of creatures that are great at wearing Mask of Memory, but I guess I can just play a 1-drop and then play Mask of Memory, and then hope my opponent doesn't have a blocker or that I can kill it. Let's see. I don't want this thing. Oh, this card is absurd. Lightning Greaves is fine. Aether Spellbomb is also reasonable. The white flyers are fine. I think that I should just take this Hover Guard and move in. I have a blue artifact land. This card's just extremely powerful. Well, maybe it is white that I should be. This is also extremely powerful. This format is pretty slow. I'm gonna just have these big expensive flyers and figure out a way to make things work. I basically never pass Viridian Longbow, although Pearl Shard is a very tempting reason to, but Pearl Shard's great. But I'm going to stick to my guns and take Longbow. I wonder if Spoils the Vault is randomly like 1,000,000 tickets, but I won't worry about that right now. Yeah, I'm gonna take Longbow, but this pick could be wrong. Pearl Shard's really good. Feel like, from what I've seen in this draft and one other draft so far, feel like people don't know how good a lot of the random cards are, but they did get the memo on the mana mirrors that they should go very high. And I think maybe not knowing which other good cards are good is causing people to even overrate the mana mirrors. Feels like it's really hard to see them. This mirror is not going to be easy for me to... I'm not going to care about its colored mana, but I think a colorless mirror is better than a Necrogen Spellbomb here. Obviously Shatter is great, but with these heavy color requirements, I think it's better to just take a mirror, especially since I have a longbow and some expensive stuff I'm trying to do. Obviously, the significance of having a longbow for mirrors is that with longbow you just want as much fast early mana as you can get and creatures to equip it to. So here, Talisman of Progress is... I would really like to take Silver Mirror over Talisman of Progress because of wanting to equip to it. But I think it's better to take Progress because I'm trying to, because I'm likely trying to be 3-color and it fixes for casting both of these. And so I think I need this just to make my mana better. And it's also nice that it's not vulnerable. I will take another longbow over an artifact land. And I think I just want a random cheap guy that can wear this equipment and slow the game down to get to my powerful colored rares. More soldier replicas to go with my skeleton shard. They're also reasonable at just slowing a game down to let me take over with longbow or the big flyers. This is a good time to pick up an Aether Spellbomb, although Narok Familiar is a little bit tempting. But Aether Spellbomb is a particularly good spellbomb in a place where I want spellbombs in general. Cobalt Golem is probably better than Clockwork Condor by quite a bit. I think it's better than Ocean Soldier, and I don't think I need another whale than him. I guess this must not be worth a lot if it's still here, but I don't want anything else, so I'll take it. All of these are bad. I'll just take a random thing. None of these are particularly good. lot of 1-mana plays. It's a very weird looking deck right now. Chrome Mox might be worth a lot, but it's not legal in Modern, so it probably isn't. And Crystal Shard is absurd, so I'm going to take it. Would obviously like Leaden Mirror, and I would want Leaden Mirror over Talisman since I'm not using the red mana. Wouldn't mind an Nim Replica, but pretty easy Crystal Shard here. I have a lot of cheap artifacts. I think I want Somber Everguard over Iron Mirror. I want to be able to equip this Mask of Memory. Excuse me. If it were a mirror that tapped for colors I could use, I would probably take it, but I don't want another Iron Mirror. Possible that, well, I was wondering if maybe I should have been just looking to move away from Looming Everguard rather than stretching my mana to take the Somber Everguard, but given that I have the Crystal Shard, I'm going to want blue mana in my deck, and I think this is the right way to go. There are a bunch of good cards in this pack. There's another Disciple, and I've moved in a direction where that's pretty good. Blinding Beam is very good. Most of these white cards are good. Wizard Replica is good, but Betrayal of Flesh is great, so that is what I'm going to take. The format's just so slow, and having a removal spell that can kill any creature is huge, and entwining it to get back a Looming Hoverguard or a Luminous Angel, or, I mean, even earning Luminous Angel and not killing a creature is very good. This, I think, is between... I feel like I'm not a great Blinding Beam deck, although that card is just great. I think this is between Rustbore Ram, Wizard Replica, and Disciple of the Vault. And I'm leaning toward Rustbore Ram. I think this ability is very good, and since I don't have access to red or green for artifact removal, I think it's going to be important to be able to answer equipment with this thing. I will take another Looming Hoverguard. As much as I like Mirror Enforcer, I really think this card is outstanding. Assume I'm just taking Chromatic Sphere. Oh yeah, this card's not good. Chromatic Spheres will help with my colored mana situation, which I am certainly interested in. Probably not going to play Leona and Eldermane. And I'm likely to only play one Transfixer, but that's not guaranteed. And I might not main deck Whale the Nim. Talisman of 2 of my colors. I am definitely into that. Suddenly my mana feels pretty good with 2 chromatic spheres and 2 talismans, and my artifact lands being on color. I have a mirror that's off color, but that's not too much. I wish I had more artifact lands. I don't have that many things that need them. This is probably Thoughtcast. Oh, never mind. I just noticed Irradiate. I should take the removal spell. I don't have very many of those, and this is a very good removal spell in my deck. I'm not really into clunky equipment. It's fine, but it's not where I want to be. This is probably Nim Replica. Happy to pick one of those up. And none of these cards look irrelevant. I can't see myself doing anything with that. Yeah, none of these matter at all. I'll sideboard a for sale. Wow. So for Dengard, I have Mask of Memory and 2 longbows, which is a medium amount of equipment. I'm gonna Disciple the Vault, I think. Don't know that it's right. I'm really not aggressive. Maybe it is better to just take this, or even the Pewter Golem. I'll just take the Pewter Golem. It's like a good threatening artifact to keep around a Skeleton Shard, even though it doesn't die that much. None of this stuff is good. None of this stuff is good, even though this guy is huge. I could see siding it in. Sliber Armor's fine. I don't think that I need it, but it's a reasonable thing to have access to. So this is 28 cards, so I'm certainly heavy. But I don't want a lot of lands in this deck, because I have all these spell bombs and talismans and a mirror. Maybe 15 lands. Let's see. Kind of like most of my creatures. I'm not super sure about Transfixer or Disciple of the Vault. I guess I'll cut Disciple. I'm really not aggressive, even though I have all these spell bombs, and I think I want black to be my splash. I just did splashing 3 removal spells. Yeah, because I have double and triple in the other colors, so getting rid of the off-color 1-drop is good. 1 spell bomb of each of my colors, and 2 chromatic spheres. Really not sure about Auriok Transfixer. Don't remember how good it is. I like that I can just tap an artifact land if nothing else. Be like a little port. Seems like it should be fine. And I do like the early creature. So I think I want that. I guess I should probably just cut Necrogen Spellbomb and Sunbeam Spellbomb, since I like everything else I have going on. I don't want to cut Cobalt Golem, because the flying is really good with Mask of Memory. Mask of Memory, incidentally, is good with Skeleton Shard. So I can discard an artifact creature and then get it back to discard it again. So I think this is... Well, these are the spells I'm going to play. So now I need to add lands. Obviously those two. And let's see. So I have 2 black sources right now. Oh, plus the 2 chromatic spheres. Definitely don't need this much black. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8 blue. And that's fine. 8 blue plus 2 chromatic spheres. And then this is 5, 6 white. We can use more than that. That's 7 white. I do only have 2 white cards plus Soldier Replica, but one of them's triple, but it also costs 1 million. So 7 plus 2 spheres is probably fine. This leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4 black plus the 2 spheres. Because this is 8, 7, 4. It's very important that I cast these Looming Hover Guards, but I don't have any black or any blue need except for Sombra Hover Guard and Crystal Shard other than them. And I guess activating Cobalt Golem. This is very strange. I think I'm going to cut one of the blue for a black to be able to use my black removal early and activate Nim Replica. So this is 7, 7, 5. That sounds pretty good. Man, this is a weird deck. I think it's good, but I don't know for sure. How many artifacts do I have anyway? Really wish I had more artifact lands. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That's pretty good for the Sombra Hover Guard. Alright, well, that is my deck.